Hello everyone, welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. It is currently very late at night for me right now, so we'll see how long this video will actually be, but I wanted to make sure I got this recorded the night before. So some spells require you to maintain concentration. You may only concentrate on one spell at a time. If you take enough damage, you must normally succeed on a constitution check to maintain your concentration. For you, this does not seem to be an issue. Once a spell's duration is passed or you lose concentration, the spell ends. It says it doesn't seem to be an issue because I have high constitution, I suppose. So, yeah, I can just take a hit and still concentrate on my spell, it seems. Alrighty. I don't think I even moved around with Waz last time. So, it's funny to be moving with Waz now. I think I just clicked everywhere last time, which, you know, I can still do that. Behold, a very important piece of paper. What's so important about it? Voting card? Mine is 1 intelligence? Uh-huh. Very important piece of paper. Do I want this? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. A scuffed voting card made out to Ragnar Himlin. It's from a dwarven office for some reason. And someone has checked in all 5 parties on the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day if your voice is to be heard. Lowers my intelligence. I can examine it, excuse me? Pick up the surprisingly thick piece of paper with a shaking hand. This is your future. Oh, cool, I got 5 XP. The card is slightly torn and has clearly been drenched at some point. At the top it says Roscourt in big bold lettering. 5 days remaining. Alright, there's an election. Oh! It was nice to not think about it for once. We should just get a God King again, worked last time. It's time for a damn revolution! Let's go! We'll bring it all down and build it up again. Not too hard. Someone could get hurt. How's this thing work? After you pick it up at a district office, you only need to check the box of one of the 5 parties. Then you deliver it on election day to a polling place. Although in your case, you'd need to write the name of the party you want in the corner along with a signature. Since you've filled out every box, like an idiot. This is your one vote. You should indeed take care of it. Look at the list of parties. Nationalist Party of Norvik. Free Strider, Revolutionary Party. Asgalist, Workers' Party. Agrarian, Rural Party. Arcanist, Party of Magic. Finally, the last box doesn't say anything. This is where you can input whatever you want, or just leave it empty for a null vote. The box next to each party is filled in with a smudged checkmark, including the last empty one. Are these all the parties? No. There are about a dozen other large parties in Norvik. Most have been subsumed over the last few years, such as the Civic League of Progressives, the Torch Union, Order of the Scales, Hedonist Party, and the various guild parties. The Agrarians and Arcanist are the only ones who have not joined a larger party or fallen inside. Good to know. Okay. And we're still relatively healthy. It does look like I can go up there. Can you press Alt to, like, see everything you can interact with? It doesn't look like it. Behold. Pile of apples. Engage. Let's talk to it. You stare at a pile of apples. Apples are good for you. Whose apples are these? Not yours. Maybe they're grown somewhere around here or below. Should these be stored alongside corpses? No, it's a health hazard. Certainly a violation against the city code, probably. Something tells you that, no, they should not. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? You can certainly try. You have a feeling it might be worth your while, but only if you push to the end. Tremendous challenge, worthy of your attention. It will be greatly beneficial. Ability checks. Roll a d20 with your modifiers to get a unique outcome. D6 difficulty class is often impacted by your choices, big or small. Constitution. Remove the bad apples first. Constitution, start eating. What if I remove the bad apples first? That seems like a good call. Your hands swipe over the surface of apples, carefully plucking away any with signs of spoilage. Effortless. A lot of bad apples have been removed. It's a lot of apple? It's a lot of apple. Yes. Okay. Start eating. Oh my god! Okay, never mind. Whew. Thank you, +4. You look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach is empty. Dig in. +1 hit points! Digging in, the first apple goes down the hatch. Going smooth so far. Another one. Number 2 goes well. You chew it in peace. Now the third. Yep, that sure was an apple. Going smooth so far. Next one. This one was harder. Your stomach fights the taste. It's getting difficult. One more should be fine. This is the limit. As you chow down on the apple, you feel your jaw ache, your hands shake. Apple overdose. Dangerous stuff. No such thing. Come on. You feel refreshed. For a moment at least. Pile of apples towers over you still. Barely made a dent. The apple boy is back. Yes. Eat the apple. Apple boy. Feel sick? Yeah. As you feel sick, you see something sticking out of the pile of apples. Piece of paper? No. It's a spell scroll. You worked hard for it. Good job. Ah, the scroll is just for a simple cantrip. Oh well. Quickly memorize the scroll, consuming it into your psyche, as you always do. Cantrips are spells that can be cast at will outside of dialogues. They do not consume spell slots. You can access your cantrips in the bottom right. Very cool. Check out the cantrip. Dancing light. You create a torch-sized light within range, making it appear as a torch, lantern, or glowing orb that hovers in the air for the duration. Whichever form you choose, the light sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius. That's cool. Is that what this was? Divine Scripture, where it does not belong. Shield of Faith? Memorize Shield of Faith. What is this? First level, Abjuration. Casting time, 1 bonus action. Category, Divine, range 60 feet. VSM, a small parchment with a bit of holy text written on it. Duration, concentration up to 1 hour. A shimmering field appears and surrounds you, protecting you from damage. For the duration, any loss of hit points is reduced to 1. Interesting. So I don't have that set currently. I could prepare it. Repair is 2 plus your class plus your intelligence modifier. So should I just go ahead and set that? Maybe. Because I can't just go set that like right now. Prepare spells. So boom and boom. Finish. Okay, cool. Yeah, so now I have both of them set. Nice. A great mountain of apples. Yeah. Okay, and there's a character to talk to, which we're going to get to, but I want to examine the room first. Wait, why is this apple special? This one looks good. Garden apple. An apple grown on Tolstad. The colors ripple across the surface. Consuming it will save your soul. Will it? So yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a... Oh, okay. Tab is what we press. I'm used to Control and Alt to press for, like, seeing what things are interactable in the environment. Some people don't like using them, but, you know, in these kinds of games, but I find it's helpful just for noticing, you know, like, where everything is that I actually can interact with, because there's quite a few things that would be easy to miss. A guy. He looks indecisive. Trifle? Wisdom tooth. Oh no, I don't want to pickpocket. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. He is unaware of you. I'm just gonna stare at him. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. I'm gonna poke him. I'm gonna poke him. The man does not appear to react in any way to being poked. His glassy dark eyes just stare forward into nothing. This is a reanimated corpse. Found this voting card. Is it yours? Should I defeat this zombie? Sir, are you a member of the undead? He does not respond. What's he doing? The zombie is attempting to clear a path through the apple pile. He's probably been at it for a long time. I found this voting card. Is it yours? Zombie does not even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working slowly. You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. Thinking of voting for the Nationalists. They've got a good plan. The Free Strider Revolution would be good. We need to establish an Asgalist government. It's the only way for us to avenge average peasants to not fall back into the oppression of feudalism, or worse, magocracy. I don't have a political opinion, so I guess I don't need this. Asgalists. I have already mentioned Asgalist before. You're very rude. Did you know that is just stupid to say to a zombie. I wish I could find out more about the things. Very rude. Did you know that? Zombie appears to rattle a bit. Nope. It just found another out-of-place apple. Oh, okay. We need to establish an Asgalist government. Government with heart. You've become an Asgalist! Gain 10 XP, 5 times 2 for choosing this political stance 2 times. Hell yeah! A weak state that will crumble in seconds. Zombie just keeps moving apples. The social democratic model of the dwarves is ingenious, just balanced enough to work with our human dwarven majority populace. A true working class revolution is clearly needed. Cooperative ownership of the guilds is the first step, just like Earth established with Norvikian collectivized agriculture. As long as we don't collapse like the original Asgalian Undercoast state did, or the Visken kingdoms, or the Three Wings of Divine Minatorum, or the social democratic model of the dwarves is ingenious, just balanced enough to work with our human dwarves. A true working class revolution is clearly needed. Cooperative ownership of the guilds. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with this. See, the problem is, I don't actually know some of the shit that I'm saying. Like, I'm mentioning Earth establishing with the Norvikian collectivized agriculture. I don't actually know that me. Fleshy ball plank does not reply or counter your words. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple at the top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind. Should I defeat this zombie? Yes, it is only just. Undead are not allowed to be in Norvik. I don't want to beat the zombie up. That seems mean. The zombie's just, you know, doing its thing. And who knows, you know, maybe I'll do a wee bit of necromancy someday. Okay. Oh, wow, I can... Wait, I can check these? Your home city, founded by your god towards the end of the Coast War, it is built upon several layers of ancient ruins. Sprawling iron fortress. So these are just things I've learned, I guess, from the little like talking to people, and it has the you know the thing I had to the role I had to do. Sprawling iron fortress in one of the 5 districts. It sits in the middle of River Torna. Home of Jor's Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network in Waterlane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Tolstad right now, so I'm in Tolstad. Yeah, that's my home city, but I'm in Tolstad right now. There's Earth, Religion, and City, my god. Earthguard, the heroes of Norvik, keepers of the city law, defenders of humanity, your brothers. Quest, Revive Fund, type of life insurance, monthly payments, yeah, we know about that. Norvik, the central city of Ascani. And last bastion of humanity. It was founded upon the end of the Reconquest in 468 AE, exactly 70 years ago. And the correct way of referring to the historical event in which humans founded Norvik. Most humans, however, refer to it as the Reconquest. Yeah, so I'm siding more with wisdom there. Methinks. Behold. Spiral staircase. Ancient architecture. Enter. It's conduit for divine power. Okay, that was very fast. Okay, that's a person. Visken's lair. Okay, there's not a ton I can interact with here. Good morning, cleric. Hi. Empty pot. Empty. Looking inside, you find this pot to be empty. Most contain strange herbs or ashes. This one does not. Pot was recently emptied. You can still see remnants of dust at the bottom. There is fear. You must grow sturdier. Leave the pot alone? Okay, intimidating. Mushrooms. Probably edible. Can I just steal these? Swamp... sorry. Swamp extracts. What the hell does that do? Small fungal spore ball. These can be farmed along the undercoast. They do wonders for your gut. They are not mind-altering, probably. Alright. Your fate one day. So this is... I mean, it's frowned upon. You know, it's frowned upon. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna rob from a body. Maybe people might judge me for that. Both in-game and out. Jor left his mark across the bands. Today it is a universal sign of magic. The red eye of Earth. What is this book? The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. See, these are just little notes in the environment I pick up based off of my various stats, I believe. Wait, is that... Is it what? Ruined prayer book. -3 intelligence. The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched. Only a few pages of the soggy, brackenish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols. The Scani writing, of the most basic kind. Wait. Oh no. Someone has attempted to dry this to the best of their ability. No, no, no! By Earth. Phoenix Folio updated? What the hell does that mean? This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. You would have to rebind the whole thing. It is ruined. That'll cost a fortune. A chant book is able to sustain humidity, not underwater excursions. You should have protected Earth's chants more carefully. What a disgrace. He protected his words well enough. The book is still salvageable. That is no excuse. A true man would have done better. A true person would recognize when life is unfair, and hold those below him in grace, not contempt. At least a good man would. Excuses. Repent by service. Go now. Onward on your quest. Take the ruined prayer book. I got a ruined prayer book. What is this shit about the... There's this. Tool of an ancient... or an arcane cleric. Instrument of the state, used to handle rogue spellcasters. The cover indicates it is a spellbook with hymns dedicated to the river, Torna, Earth's Passing, and the Reconquest. This one is yours. You spent years perfecting it. Most pages are smudged. It feels terrible to even think about the knowledge lost. You need to get it rebound. Okay, and then it'll probably have stats again. And then what is this now? You said I got an update somewhere. 300 pieces. Phoenix Folio. After your river adventure, your old spellbook is ruined. Find a service provider who can rebind it for you. Fix your ruined spellbook. Damn it. Okay, yeah. What's the line from Mr. Evrart is going to help me find my gun? Isn't that it? Tray of old incense. Some is still usable. I'll take that. You know, that's fine to take. I think. I think that's a fine theft. Wait, did that have like a you stole this logo? No, it just has a this is new logo. Thick tome lies upon the iron slab. Flip the tome open. There are fine and handwritten letters scattered across the pages. All the symbols appear to be readable. You do not understand the language. De verbis draconum, ars occulta. Is that just Latin? The author's name appears to be Callum de Minori. Can I try to read it? No. You have no idea what this means. Right, I need to get my hands on comprehend languages. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Leave the tome alone. Okay, so return here. Oh my god, I'm going to need to... Okay, we need notes for this game, I think. I have my handy dandy little notebook here. We are definitely going to need notes for this game. I still have some stuff left over from my notes on Mio, so I'm gonna use that page. But get, comprehend, language, and return to, what is this place called? It's called like someone's study, right? This person over here? I'm just gonna say return to study. And then, get 18 con and check pot in study. Okay, because yeah, they said I wasn't ready yet, but I could be. So yeah, this is going to be important and very needed, I think. A little notebook of all of the stuff that I need to have. Okay, this looks like math. This looks like math. Open manual for esoteric geometry. You know this already. Okay, yep, geometry. Oh, why is there incense in it? Well, it's my incense now. Thank you. That's something else for me to examine. No, too much reading. So many books, basic manuals, arcanist histories, novels. Arcanists, the magicrats who ruled pre-post-war human civilizations in Old Dimenor, also a very minor political party in Norvik. Some of them stand out to you as classics, could be useful to refresh your mind. The books taunt you, bookishly. Do they? Read Autobiography Prax by Lord Phileas Prax. Okay, this is a name we've heard before. A classic. You kept this book on your bedside table for years during your scribing years. Take a look at the first page. In these pages I shall endeavor to recount the journey of a mind born to greatness, a will tempered by the crucible of ambition, and a spirit bound to the relentless pursuit of the arcane. My name is Phileas Prax. Goes on to make grandiose statements on his personal abilities of magic. As always, this man is contradictory. He both praises his own natural gifts and mental abilities while stating himself worthy only through his hard work and merit. Yep, those people that think they're amazing and they're just better than everyone else. It's actually interesting because I've been reading a book called Emperor of Rome by Mary Bird because, you know, I read history books and stuff, and now that I'm on ADHD medication, it's easier for me to actually read books for pleasure and stuff again. But it's interesting seeing like all of the things that not only sycophants would write about emperors of the time, but also what the emperors would write about themselves and how they were like perfect in every way and amazing and just super awesome. And then they would die, and all of the people that were sycophants for them and the people that came after them would be like, no, they were a terrible, awful person. It's good they're dead. It's like, it's just so interesting seeing across history this sort of stuff exactly happening. It's ridiculous. Know this, I write not for the masses, but for the few who possess the clarity of vision to see beyond the veil of mediocrity. To them I offer my life as a lesson and a legacy, that they might learn from my triumphs and avoid the pitfalls that lie in wait for the unwary. You remember the first chapters dealing with his youth, growing up in the ruthless court of a rival house, the Hagen Shags. How he struggles against relentless opposition and bullying, making himself out to be the underdog. Power is not born of blood, nor inherited by the fortune of birthright. It is cultivated in the crucible of the mind, refined by the fires of discipline, and sharpened by the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let those who seek to rule first learn to kneel before the altar of wisdom, for it is there that true strength is forged. Power is not born of blood nor inherited by the fortune of birthright. That I agree with, but you're also talking about it's cultivated in the crucible of their mind, refined by the fires of discipline and stuff, and it's like, some people just start off at a better place to actually be able to acquire knowledge and education than other people do. Yet he does not address his own privilege. Exactly, Wisdom! See, I knew Wisdom and I were going to get along. If it is only merit, then he should not have needed any of these fancy private studies or lecturers. Exactly! Wisdom's the best. Love wisdom. Stop complaining. The story is just getting good. Glorious design. Let those who learn lead through merit of ability and nothing else. I really dig this idea. I do not. Flip through the pages. In the second half, Prax begins to talk about his early political career, the intricacies of magicratic bureaucracy, how he learned to play the game well enough for himself to reach a dictatorship as the youngest magicratic ruler ever. Meritocracies are always interesting as well, because they always like to say that they're only going to put like the people that are the best suited for the position in there, but there's still a little bit of nepotism and networking that goes into it as well, and just like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours in these systems. The rest is mostly a collection of meditations surrounding magic and power. A strong leader with clear intent. The esoteric, in its purest form, is neither good nor evil. It is a tool, a force to be wielded by those with the intellect to do so. Yet let us not be so naive as to think that power alone grants one the right to rule. The Arcanist must also be a statesman, for the whims of unchecked magic can lead even the wisest astray. Govern with an iron hand, but let that hand be guided by the principles of reason and justice. Thus shall the state prosper, and thus shall the legacy of the magocracy endure. Ironic. I see not irony here, only truth. In the halls of power, the arcane shall be our shield and our sword. Yet remember this, the Arcanist's duty is not only to himself, but to the state and its people. For in the endless pursuit of knowledge, one must not forget the price of ignorance. A vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and a vigilant state the fortress of progress. Let no shadow fall upon your vigilance, for in the light of our knowledge lies the path to true dominion. The final parts of the biography focus on an ever deeper and more rambling side of ruling, so... The arcane shall be our shield and our sword, yet remember this, the Arcanist's duty is not only to himself, but to the state and his people. For in endless pursuit of knowledge, one must not forget the price of ignorance. A vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and a vigilant state the fortress of progress. No shadow fall upon our vigilance. So this is just talking about like, constantly pursue knowledge and keep doing more and more things, which is dangerous for you know, some reasons, basically. I mean, like, I think about like mad scientists and stuff. There's just like constant pursuit of knowledge, and they slowly get so caught up in their studies that they start doing really, really messed up things, but they're you know, they, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now because I'm currently on very late night brain. But they try to make themselves believe it and make themselves they're in the right by saying like, oh, all of these horrible, horrible things I'm doing, it's fine because think of all the good I'll be able to do once we get to, you know, that point, this point that I've made up in my head. With hints of paranoia. Yeah, that too. I mean, yeah, the paranoia, the people in power. There's also like a little bit of this talking about like a vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and a vigilant state the fortress of progress. This sounds like, you know, surveillance state, like you want to keep an eye on everyone, which is also awful, and it makes sense. People in power, especially once again tying it back to the book about emperors of Rome that I've been reading, they were all paranoid as shit that they were constantly going to be backstabbed by all the people around them, and all the people around them were constantly thinking about backstabbing them. So this is way too much reading. No, I love this. I love this. People that have watched me play like RPGs and stuff know I will sit here and examine all of the stuff. Why would you open a book then? Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm going to shut the book now because it's the only option. You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Autobiography Prax. Put the book back. Folktales by the Trill Sisters. Opening the Trill Sisters book shows you an index of several tales, many of which you heard growing up. Stories for children are useless. Do not waste time here. One of the tales, you see the one you remember the most. The one about the gnome and the titan. Story always spoke to you, mostly because of the unlikely friendship between the two. Read a little in the large. In the old days, when dragons ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there lived a gnome named Avicus, known far and wide as a half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, he often found himself in the oddest of places. And so it was that he stumbled into a deep valley of Visken. This valley was home to Karyamur, the Mist Titan, a colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forests and limbs that clutched the very mountains. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mist that filled the valley. But on this day, the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers ran black, the trees stood as charred husks. Esuth, the ancient red dragon, had set the forest aflame, hoping to drive Kalyamur from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Kalyamur was furious, his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the source of the destruction. His eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. To think that the coast was filled with these beasts of yore at one point. They reigned harshly and wildly, but it's not hard to see why some preferred their chaotic dominance to the tyranny of dragons. Continue to the verses. Thrick lum chum. Oh, like fee fi fum, I'm guessing. Who dares bring fire to where none should come? Ashes taint my sacred mist. Speak, small one, lest you be missed. Abacus looked up, squinting through the fog, and scratched his head. Fire? No, I have no fire to share. No flame do I bring, nor ash to bear. For in the dark I see, clear as day, 'tis those who can't that need the flame, they say. Thrick lum chum, what nonsense from your tongue does come? Who is it that needs this blaze, that blackens my mist and dims my days? Well, question thee, who needs a flame to light their path and stoke their claim? Perhaps it is Esuth, the king, whose fires to your valley bring. Thrick lum chum, the dragon's days are surely done. Guide me, gnome, to where he lies. Together we shall dim his skies. A wonderful little tale about the little and large. Story goes on to wax about the friendship sparked between this eldritch titan and the silly little gnome as they sought out Esuth on his throne. The ancient red dragon then falls to the titan's might, after Abacus accidentally guides him to the correct location. One of those classic stories every child in Ascon is told growing up. Close it. You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Folktales. Read Collected Chants of Norvik by Patriarch Peely. Okay, this is a printed edition of Peely's work, but still old. Probably came from the earliest Norvikian printers. On the first page, a short message is hand-scribbled in the corner. My belief lay in the collected humanity of Norvik. May you remember that from this collection, with honor and grace. Billy D. Is this a handwritten message from the second patriarch himself? Protect this book with your life. This is a sacred artifact. Fascinating to think the pale man held such a treasure on his shelf. Read the foreword. Dream of unity under earth. The book begins with a lengthy essay about the foundation of Norvikian cultural values. It's really like a guide, if anything. What a Norvikian person is, how their values come from various tribes in the old country, and how together they have formed something greater under earth. You've read this before, but you do get a better sense of what this all means now. It is, in some sense, a plea. A stern suggestion for every human in Norvik to lose any sense of former tribal identity. To embrace a new one, a Norvikian spirit. Yeah. To give away the old and embrace the new. That's not good though, because you're losing out on your old culture and the old values and everything. I mean, it's a pretty classic idea with empires across history. Once again, God, I'm really going to be going on about my history bullshit in this playthrough. It really is, a tale as old as time across history. The idea of someone, whether it be like Genghis Khan or the Roman emperors, what have you, just wanting to collect a bunch of different people and bring them all together across different tribes and different isolated groups and give them one new identity. And usually, a lot of time, they especially with like conquerors and stuff too, if we're even talking about that, they usually want them to give up their old identity and basically bring in the new one. Not quite empire, but the same thing can be said of a lot of like Christian missionaries and the various cultures that took over places that were pagan in their eyes and basically made them give up a lot of their pagan worship and culture just to be like, okay, you're Catholic now. Which, ugh. Not completely bad move. To unite a folk is to build commonality, to lower inequality. Although, of course, there were many direct ways the state at the time made sure that the old did not remain in the shadows. Yeah, they try to purge that as much as they can. Violence and oppression at times, yep. The text directly explains how a new Norvikian culture will help the city grow and fight against inequity and injustice through unity. Mainly by being generous and not hoarding wealth, among other things. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Being generous and not hoarding wealth? Fantastic. Love me some of that. Then finally, it does touch upon the connection with dwarves as well, and how the Norvikian spirit is not contained within humans only. King Experience 5. It is not just blood, it is sweat and tears as well. Those folks who unite with us will not be seen as an other. No, they too are Earth's folk. They too are Earth's guard. It's a long-ass foreword. A lovely sentiment. Not just blood, it is sweat and tears as well. Those folk who unite with us will not be seen as an other. No, they too are Earth's folk. They too are Earth's guard. So I don't like the idea of completely getting rid of the old and embracing the new. Just like throw away everything that you once were. Give up all your old culture to join this new amalgam of different cultures. Violence and oppression at times also is like, bleh. Dream of unity. Text directly explains how a new Norvikian culture will help the city grow and fight against inequality and injustice through unity, mainly by being generous and not hoarding wealth. Then finally, it does touch upon the connection with dwarves and how the Norvikian spirit is not contained within humans only. I don't agree with any of this. I don't think that's true, because I do agree with some of it. Like this bit, nah. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. This, though, being generous and not hoarding wealth, the connection to dwarves and how the Norvikian spirit is not contained in humans only, fighting against injustice and inequality, but, you know, doing that through unity. It's a long-ass foreword. Yeah, it's like 5 pages. I mean, not really, but I mean, it is. But yeah, I say it's a long-ass foreword. It actually wasn't, but oh, man likes to ramble. Read Torna's Lament. I went with you to foreign shores, my lord, my guard. I pray you keep from harm the beast each shard, a proof of your devotion. Thus I give myself to your folk. I give my life for a home at the river in that sliver of land. To vanquish the beasts who roam, the evil who lair, the fires that burn. To build a life along the river. Every shepherd knows the song. It bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. It is your favorite. Close the book. You shut it. Collected Chants of Norvik. Place the book back on the shelf. This is a really great book. I mean, I don't have any super strong opinions about it either way. We'll place it back. You do so. It fits nicely back in its slot. This book does not deserve your toxic presence. You are stronger, more capable, and perhaps you could have carried that weight. What? You really want the book. One day it could be yours. Very confusing. I'm just putting back the book. Let us forget this for now. Okay, notebook. Notebook, I require your services again. So let's go over here. It was 16 I needed? Come back to study and grab book with 16 strength. That looks good to me. I'm gonna put my pen back on there. God, it's been a bit since I've had to take notes like this. What's the word? This avid of note taking, I guess. Sorry, once again, very late for me, very sleepy. But I wanted to play this. So put up with sleepy me, please. Let's see. Nothing else really there. It's just that stuff. Ooh, what is this on the table first off? Pocket watch. Yours? There was one in the cutscene. +1 intelligence. Advantage in esoteric events. Maybe I should talk to you before I just take it? I'm gonna talk to you before I just take it. Visken. Local mortician. Oh, I can't read this. Oh my god, I can like ID you depending on my intelligence level? 4? Behold at 4. Oh my god. That's terrible. I didn't get anything. I didn't even get your name. Maybe tomorrow, so I can try it again, but yeah, we got a terrible roll. Okay. Well, what you got in your pocket? Whoa, no. Never mind. I just wanted to look, but you might still get mad about that. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms, busy at work. His pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine drake. That symbol. It's on a lot of official documents of the city. As the Great Perch of Norvik. Great Perch, the drake-like sea creature found along River Torna. Earth was known to tame these creatures, and eventually the Great Perch became the symbol of his great city. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. Death. This is death. I am Visken, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this lich house. Appears you don't really belong here, but if there's anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. Yet his eyes say something else. And his voice is familiar to you. You love him. No, I don't, Charisma. I love you. No, I'm not saying I love you. No, that's so creepy and weird. Oh, it's so funny, though. It's so funny. It's so funny. I gotta lean into my bad charisma sometimes, right? Right? I gotta lean into my bad charisma sometimes. I love you. I'm sorry? He lifts his head, giving you a stale expression. This is not a man you should show compassion. No, do not show brotherly love to this creature. But I love everyone. That's not true. Just stare at him. I said I have questions for you. Kneel and declare your allegiance. I serve Lord Visken. Oh, this game's gonna be great. Just stare. Just stare. Pale man smooths out his robe. Very well. Returns to his work. Such a weird interaction. I'm such a weirdo and I love it. Look around the room. Dimly lit and damp. A musky stench lingering in the air. You see books and flasks and stone altars around the circular chamber. There are several corpses present. Did you save my life? Puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you've been through quite the turmoil, cleric. Tell me everything. Of course. Must be confusing. To tell you the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. They'd river ye take added. They caught you in their net, took you for a corpse. You were. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. Fair. How did I end up in a river? Not a river, the river. Afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off of one of the bridges to Tolstad? There are 7 bridges over River Torna connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. I would never fall. It must have been an assassination. I must have slipped. Happens all the time. Perhaps there's an esoteric explanation to this. Honestly, I am clumsy, so... Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges of the Tolstad. There's 7 bridges over River Torna connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. I must have slipped. Happens all the time. All the time, he repeats. I can confirm. Yeah, so everybody knows I'm a clumsy dumbass. Pale man glances at the ledger next to him. 5 cases this year alone. That's great. I've fallen off a bridge 5 times this year. Who are these fishermen? River guilders, I believe. They do not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. Find them. They hold the truth. Where can I find these fishermen? Ponders your question. I did not ask for names, sorry to say. Perhaps Water Lane. It's just a guess. Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them. So I am, in fact, alive? Pale Man stops for a moment. He looks you up and down. Yes. I believe you are. Alive. Once dead. Some other questions. Do you now? Figure out what's weird about this guy. 31 godlike? 1d20 plus 5. Wow. We don't have that much wisdom. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. No, sure. Why is it there? We're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay crowns for HWBT protection. He's lying through his fancy teeth. You kept moving apples. You don't seem very alarmed about this. A shy undead creature will cause no trouble here. Gives you a rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Ost? Oh, look at you, you're so cute! Yes, master. Keep moving apples down there. Oh, the apples. Fascinating behavior. He does not appear very fascinated. Wait, no, I don't actually believe you. Hmm? What do you mean, cleric? You must be punished. You're a criminal harboring zombie workers. You need to be punished. Prepare to attack. The zombie is clearly working for you. That is illegal. You're doing something weird here. I don't like it one bit. Zombie is clearly working for you. That's illegal. Greatly apologize for putting you in this situation. It was my neglect that led to this undead creature entering the tower. We'll make sure to tighten up security in the future. No, you're... Ost, we'll do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready. Kobold gives a screeched yell. Yes, master! Also make sure to report this to both the HWBT and the militia. You're clearly doing something shady here, so... Of course, I'll be sure to ask for a thorough inspection for by the PCG. If there is anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled. Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It is because of great men like you that the city still stands. I'm sure a good word to your patriarch will assure a promotion of some kind as well, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop. This... Make him quiet. Resist his incredible oratory power. Make him shut up. 1d20 plus 2, think better of it. 18? 1d20 plus 2, so I have to roll a 16 or higher. That is daunting. As it says there. That is quite daunting. I don't think this will work out for me. I don't think this will work out for me. Like, I can't do either of them, honestly. But strength, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I could try it, but what would be the consequence of failure is my question. Cause like, I don't know what your deal is. You might be a sick badass. 16 is just such a high roll needed. I'm gonna think better of it. No, maybe you're right. I'm probably just confused. Very understandable, cleric. No need to apologize. Maybe I come back with the wisdom. Require assistance with some things. Of course, cleric. Anything for the city. Don't know where to go. Your shaky voice makes you sound positively Fort Vivlad. Fort Vivlad, dwarven word, meaning desperation, anguish, hysteria brought on from mental pain. Yeah, panicking. Don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but there's a certain rumor that our local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. Goblin chieftain? Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. She is down in the Goblin Garden. Goblin Garden, a dwarven-built citadel sitting at the southernmost tip of Tolstad. It is now a goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. The name is spoken in both reverence and fear. Dragon of Tolstad added. They call her the Dragon of Tolstad. I'm not afraid of some goblin woman. She sounds scary. She is. Treat her with respect, cleric. His eyes say, for your own good. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I'll go even so far as to call her de facto lawkeeper here on the island fortress. Sliver of genuine tone slips out. He has great respect for this dragon. A goblin is no lawkeeper, only the city rules. Earth rule. We find her at the southern tip of Tolstad, Pale Man says, and keeps scribbling on his papers in front of you. So, what do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. Seems wary on the subject. My prayer book is ruined. I've lost my gun, Mr. Everard. Yes, I noticed. You should speak with Shin down on Water Lane View, a bookbinder. It'll cost you, but he could fix it right up. As a cleric, you obviously only need your faith to cast spells, but I'm sure a spellbook won't hurt in the long run. Can you teach me magic? Slight smirk creeps onto his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election I could make time if you're interested. Beware, his tutelage holds great evil. Till then you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the eastern wall, or western wall. And of course... Gained item, Charm Person, here? Ooh! Charm Person, a first level enchantment spell. The target fails a wisdom check, you'll be their favorite person for a little while. Of course after that, they will surely hate you, but who cares about that? Copy of Charm Person will surely be useful to you. Truly diabolical spell. The towers teach it only to higher tier spellcasters usually, and despite its first level. Lovely. Now you can make people like you. No, I'm not going to be doing that, Charisma. We're probably not going to be seeing a lot from you, even though you're the purple stat. Can you explain the very basics of spellcasting? Oh? I mean, of course. He wonders if your head is still filled with water. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. As an arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during prayer at a shrine. There's one downstairs by the apples. Where can I find more shrines? It's a Temple of Earth, of course. It's just up the stairs past the pillar. There's also one on Water Lane View, I believe, past the trade post. You'll find more hidden around every corner, I can promise you that. How do I get more spells? 2 ways. You could spend time learning them, drafting pages out of the palace archives. Or the great library in the towers, since you obviously would have some access to that. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options. So I would suggest the other route. What's that? Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Yes, a piece out of my collection. Oh. You are very much allowed to indulge, cleric. I'm glad to assist the city in any way. He puts them out for you on purpose. Why? Now, Tolstad is filled with all kinds of strange caches, so you'll probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells, doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot. We'll see about that. I sure am. Strike a heroic pose. I will see about that. Nods to you and goes back to his writing. That's all I have to ask about spellcasting. Very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Ost. Wow, that's evil. Treating a servant like that is despicable. I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough. Just remember that spells are terribly useful when applied properly. You called me cleric, make air quotes. Is that supposed to have another, like a quote mark? Like this has like, you know, like the little tick marks around it. But this is like full-on quotation marks, but there's not a starting one. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's over here. Never mind, I'm just a fool. Never mind me. Yeah. Make air quotes. I did, yes. What gave it away? He stops for a second and glares at you. The facade drops for but a moment. Yeah, so this is someone that's trying to keep a facade of putting up with me going. But clearly they're hiding a ton of stuff. Heavily armored man in Earthguard colors with a prayer book on his hip. Thoughts land on the pages of spells you've meticulously worked on for years. Might have found you in the river, but you're clearly of city stock. I am indeed the cleric. Good for you. Lean a little further into being a cleric. Gain 10 XP for choosing this class 2 times. Your purpose is here. You serve the city as a cleric of the river. I forgot. Yeah, that does lean me into a class, doesn't it? Whoopsie. Doopsie. Well, I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes, if you're a clergyman, you might run a congregation for a local religion or deity. Holy man on a holy mission. There are clerics of the bureaucratic variety, city officials speaking for the religious state. You, however, must be an arcane cleric. No, I am the chosen one. No, yeah, we're gonna go no, I am the chosen one. No, I'm the chosen one. Pale man stops and ponders your response. Chosen for what? To rule, to save the world, to die. Let's be, like, weirdly ominous and say to die. Been there. Done that. Really. Good luck with that. I just love being an incredibly off-putting weirdo. It's all the help I need, thanks. I'm going to go now. Before you do, make sure to collect all your belongings. What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card? Peculiar voting card. Every party had been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours. Yeah, sorry, I'm indecisive. Pale man ignores your comment. I asked us to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry over there, he says, and points across the chamber. He then looks at the pocket watch on his desk. This is an esoteric pocket watch. You may have it, cleric. It will surely prove useful. Esoteric pocket. An area overtaken by esoteric magic. Exceedingly rare along the coast. The further inland you get, the more common they are, with the infinite waste being theorized to be filled with nothing but. Esoteric magic, a term for naturally occurring magic caused by the shape and form of Jor's realm, sometimes called wild magic or Jor's discord. Beyond that, you should be good. Do I have any weapons on me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of River Torna. Damn. You'll have to pick up something new. Maybe a warhammer. I'm more about spears and, like, pikes and stuff. Good. You do not need arms in this city, you need heart. Got it. Pale man turns his face towards you and smiles. Unnatural. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric. He gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. His words burn a hole in your heart. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, either double-click or hold shift left trigger. Time to leave. Okay, I need my pocket watch. Pocket watch. Yours? Gimme. Esoteric pocket watch. So, I definitely want to equip that. That goes right there. The silver line timepiece never shows the correct time of day. It is always at least 10 hours out of alignment, no matter how anyone tries to correct it. At a touch, you can feel the faint magic pulsating within. The wielder gains a greater perception of esoteric happenings and occurrences within 200 feet. Nice. And my intelligence is 11 now. Yay. I would like to put Charm Person on. My questing tree has expanded. River Takey. You were brought to the Lich House by some fishermen. How did you survive your plunge? Phoenix Folio, 300 pieces. The tea shop that blew up. Dragon! You're here on request of Lady Sageleaf, a goblin chieftain in Tolstad. Go see her right away. She's in the Goblin Garden at the southern tip. The first ever election in Norvikian history will take place in just a few days' time. What will you vote for? Talked about positive opinions on Asgalism about 2 times ever since waking up. Really brings you back. Yeah, I have 2 points in Cleric. I'm not actually doing Cleric. You've heard yourself the Cleric of Norvik 2 times. It's a grand title, suitable for a true human Cleric like yourself. I don't actually think I want that. So hopefully I can go back on that a wee bit. Oh, and then, yeah, City is what I looked at before. But I can look at other things. Charisma, Wisdom. Yeah, so these are all the things that I've learned from wisdom, so I can, yeah, look back at these things. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So I just reread the strength ones earlier. Okay. So we've examined most things in this room now. Obviously I'm ending this episode off because we've been going for an hour. But I guess next time we will follow up with this little friend right here. So we are going to save. It's cool how my 2 main stats are listed right there. Although I guess Constitution was set as my second priority, but it's listing Strength and that. Maybe it just picks 2 random ones? I don't know. But yeah. Hope you've enjoyed. This is a fantastic game so far. It seems like people are enjoying the first episode, which is nice because like I said, I don't normally play, you know, Western RPGs that much. Because the few times that I have, they just weren't that popular, so I just didn't do it anymore. So happy to see people are having a good time with me bumbling around with this and playing stuff that I don't normally cover on the channel, but I have played a few things like these. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.